Excuse me. This recording, this live event is also being Facebook Live into our private Facebook group that we have for our clients. So for those of you who are our coaches and clients, that'll be something you can access later if you want to go back and watch some of this again. But I am really excited to have you all here today. We still have plenty of space in this room if you want to keep inviting more people to come. I encourage them to come. We've got a great lineup for you today. We're going to start off with an opportunity for you to hear stories from, I think, 8 or 9 different people whose health has been transformed in different ways with our program. So I think you're going to find this to be really inspirational. And if it's not, you might want to check your pulse. We're looking forward to a great morning. And then we'll take a little bit of a break. And then at noon, we're coming back with Dr. Wayne Scott Anderson, who is the co-founder of our program. He is the physician who created the program that saved my health and has impacted, oh my goodness, over 1 million lives. He is the author of the life book that we use with our program of Dr. A's Habits of Health. So you guys won't want to miss that. So we're planning to wrap this up right around probably 1 o'clock today. So looking forward to a great morning, and actually stick a 1 in the chat box if you're just a little bit excited about this too, because I think we're looking forward to a good day. So with no further ado, I'm going to turn this over to Cameron, who is going to be guiding us through the stories today. And Cameron, go ahead and take it away.
Thanks so much. Like I said, I'm really excited to be here with all of you. We're going to talk a bit about the program that we've all been a part of and has really transformed our life. But before I do that, I'd love to do a little introduction for myself. So my name is Cameron Mast. I'm a certified Optavia coach, and my health journey started about 8 or 9 years ago. And that was fantastic. For those of you that know, Shirley is my mother. She lost a few pounds, but our family was really unhealthy, and I just didn't know how to live a healthy lifestyle. So when she found this program, she lost 215 pounds. I lost 70 pounds. And really that started my health journey for the next, ever since then, learning how to live a healthy life in college, how to live on my own, and even now, how to create a healthy environment for our family. As you can see there, we've got a little one. Cassie is almost 16 months old, and Krista will come on a little later to share a little bit of her story and also what it's been like for us as Optavia coaches. But the gift that we have to create a healthy lifestyle long-term for our family is incredible. Because what we've done is we've broken the chains of the generational impact of obesity and an unhealthy lifestyle, and we've created a healthy lifestyle for our family that will become a legacy. And that's an incredible gift that I just can't even put a price to or anything, to know that my family and our future children are going to just grow up in a healthy environment, and Lord willing, not need to deal with the health issues that I did as well. So that is one of the reasons that I am incredibly passionate about what we do as coaches and being able to give people that freedom. And so I'm really excited to be able to be here and share that with all of you as well. So before I go into the details of our transformation program, I'd really like to give you a little background on who we are. So who is Optavia? Our company is really committed to providing solutions for creating optimal health. And we have over 30,000 independent Optavia coaches and healthcare professionals who are really serving people around the country, giving them one-on-one support to create better health. As Shirley mentioned, our co-founder is Dr. Wayne Scott Anderson. He is a New York Times best-selling author. He worked in critical care and really helped pioneer that field. So he knows his stuff. He's been around for a while. And really, I love that we have the solid medical backing with all of that as well. And so with that, Medifast Incorporated is our parent company, and they really have been a leader in safe, effective, proven meal replacements for over 30 years. Their products and programs have been recommended by over 20,000 doctors since their founding. And all of the products and programs are truly proven to be safe and effective in clinical studies conducted by researchers from major universities, teaching hospitals. So we really, like I said, have a lot of solid backing. We know that it's safe and proven effective. It's an American company, owns its own R&D, manufacturing, and warehousing facilities. We have a really strong corporate and field leadership. One of the things I've been really encouraged by, even just over the last couple of years, is how Optavia, the company, and the field have come together to really serve mankind, to help everyone grow. We are a New York Stock Exchange company, financially solid. Some of you may have seen, throw a 2 in the chat if you saw a few weeks ago, beginning of March, that Optavia was actually at the New York Stock Exchange. They were there to ring the bell to bring in March. And it was a wonderful partnership of both the Optavia and Medifast leaders, and also the field leadership too, the coaches who are out there working with people individually. It's a really wonderful relationship we have there, and it's exciting to see that that public face as well. So we really are here at Optavia to provide lifelong transformation, one healthy habit at a time. Starts with one person, one habit, one day at a time. And so we have over 1 million lives impacted. And I'd love to, and the thing that we have seen is that there really is a strong need for this. It starts with one person, but there's more than one person out there who needs our help, right? We've seen this so much, even over the last few years, really skyrocket, where even just in 2015, 2016, you see the prevalence of obesity was 39.8% in adults and 18.5% in youth. And if you just go walk around your neighborhood or your grocery store or go to a restaurant, like, we see this, we know that this is true. And so, we're even seeing it growing in younger children, right? When I was 17, I was over 230 pounds. That was my life. And so I'm really thankful to have an opportunity for us to really impact the lives of other people and impact families and generations with this. And additionally, especially in a time like this, to be able to serve people by helping them create better emotional resilience and deal with stress better, because we're finding that stress is a significant impactor in someone's life, because we see that mental, physical, and financial health are all connected and they all impact one another. Now, I would love to share a few of these stories of people who have been impacted by this. And I would love to start with Ron and Mary Mosebrook. This is just such a sweet and wonderful couple. And they have been working on their health for a while now. And I'm really excited for them to share their story. So Ron and Mary, you can come off mute and share with us.
Hey, thanks, Cameron. Like he said, I'm Mary. And that picture on the left was like almost 6 years ago, and I honestly thought that was my life. I was never going to lose the weight. I didn't think I was unhealthy. I just knew I was overweight, and I didn't really know what to do. Kind of gave up on it. Was with my 2-year-old grandson one day, and we walked up the block, back the block, and I had to sit down. So we sat on the porch in their yard, and that little guy got up and took off running right for the road. And I kind of panicked. I couldn't get up. I had to get on my knees and crawl up. I didn't know what to do. So that night I came home and I talked to my husband and told him I had to do something. So I had been watching my cousin on Facebook for, oh gosh, well over a year. And I called her, and she went through the whole program. And I finally said, I don't want to spend the money. I don't want to do food replacement. I'm going to do it on my own. And so we hung up, and I thought about it for a little bit. I called her back. I said, who am I kidding? I haven't been able to do this for 40 years on my own. I need help. So sign me up. So May 10th of 2017, I started program. And it wasn't too long till people started noticing that I was losing significant weight. And I started coaching a couple other people, but by February 10th of 2018, I had lost just over 100 pounds. And thank goodness I did, because I now have 3 grandsons that I need to take care of. And yeah, they're pretty much fun. But I can run around and get down on the floor with them and play with them. And I thank God every day. So I'm going to turn it over to my husband now.
And one of the funny things that our grandson said, she was outside with them one day and they were running and she started running with them. And the older one looks back and goes, "Grandma, you can run." So my life was a lot like Mary's. I was always heavy, I was husky. I learned at a very early age how to take a big can of potato chips and put it between your knees while you're watching TV and just shovel the potato chips into your mouth. So my story is just a little different. Mine was all about my knees and my health. I have issues with my knees that they hurt. So when Mary started her plan, we went on vacation. And of course, what do you do on vacation? You go out to eat. So the first night we're out to eat, and I order these fried foods and French fries. And I look at Mary, and she's ordering steamed vegetables and this kind. I look at her and go, "Oh, I'm so sorry that you have to put up with us eating this food that you love." She very politely goes, "Just stop it. I'm fine." So we eat and go home. The next day we go out to eat. Same thing. I look at her and I go, "You know, I'm so sorry that you have to do this." And if you know Mary, she looked at me very politely and said, "If you don't stop this, I'm going to get mad." But then her food came, and I realized she actually had a better meal than I did. That's when I realized I need to join her in plan. And it only took me a year to make that decision happen. Last year, I'm going to wrap it up real quick. Last year, I built a shed. I'm down about 60 pounds from when I started. Myself and a friend of mine built a 20 by 20 shed. There is no way that I could have done what I did last year at 235 pounds versus 170 pounds. It was just unbelievable. I worked all day, came home at night, worked on the shed until it got dark. Without this plan, I couldn't have done it. And thank you all for your support and helping us through this process. Thank you.
Oh, Mosebix, thank you so much. That's fantastic. I love hearing that generational impact, right? Because you got healthier, yes, you can do more things, but also you can be there for your grandkids more, right? And that's one of the most important things that we can be doing is to be there for our family. Thank you so much for sharing. So our next person is someone who I met for the first time about 5 years ago at Krista's 5-year high school anniversary or graduation, and the person she is now is an incredibly different person than I met there. It's been a joy to watch her work with Krista over the last several years and get to become her friend as well. So really excited for Brady to share.
Good morning. I feel like that's how I start all of my classes. And now that I don't get to do that for 2 weeks, y'all are just going to have to put up with cooped up teacher me. But anyway, so I feel like you hear this story time and time again. You're overweight as a kid. I like to say chunker from the womb. But it's been a part of my entire life. Potato was its own food group growing up, the usual. But at that 5-year high school reunion, I was reunited with a dear friend of mine, and stubborn me took about 1.5 years to actually hear what she was trying to tell me. Because here I was a teacher. I had landed my dream job. I was getting to help the next generation. But then I realized at 514 pounds, I wasn't giving them everything that they needed. I couldn't take them on field trips. I couldn't fully participate. I was just tired, physically, emotionally, spiritually, all of it. And in 2016, at the end of June, it was time. And I'd like to say I lost a little bit of weight, Over the course of 23 months, I lost 336 pounds. And little did I know that losing 336 pounds was just the very beginning of this process. you'd like to think that those numbers are the most exciting part of your weight loss, but it's the life that has been gained since then. Yes, my students are getting the absolute best me. We've gotten a chance to do so many more things in my classroom, and I'm more mentally available to them. But it's allowed me to open up my own heart. It's allowed me to meet new people, including my wonderful husband. And this life that I'm living now is something that I would have never imagined even just 3 years ago. It has been one crazy, life's a party, guys. It's been one thing after another, but because I take it one day at a time, because I dive into this community, it's so exciting to see what the next adventure is going to be. Like I said, freshly married, I now get to work with my husband as a coach to help other people. We're teaming together, and now we're planning for a future family. And I know that whenever that time comes, we're going to be not only mentally ready, we're going to be physically ready, but it's also going to help us be financially ready. And it all started with just one friend reaching out to me, and now we have the opportunity to help so many other people. How crazy is that?
Hi, sorry, I'm gonna need a minute. Okay. Yeah, I mean, I don't know about y'all. I think I can go home now. I'm good. Brittany, thank you so much for sharing. That was fantastic. And yes, I'm good. I'm good, y'all. I'm good. We have more stories, right? It's just gonna keep getting better. Brittany, it's been such an honor getting to watch you transform and really put the work in to become the person you are today and the person you are becoming. So congratulations to you. All right, so how are these transformations happening? Our program is comprised of 4 components that really all work together to create this lifelong transformation. You can't do a partial thing. It's if you really want to create this long term, you need all of it, and they are all proven. I've seen it happen where people create the transformation with all 4 components. So it really starts with having a coach. Your Optavia coach is here to give you one-on-one personal support. And we find that this really sets our program apart from other lifestyle programs available. You get the one-on-one support. They're there to guide you on your journey and your program, to give you tips and encouragement. They're going to celebrate the victories and support you in the challenges along the way, because there's both. It's life. And none of us are perfect. And that's why we have a coach. Because we all need that direct one-on-one support to continue to grow and learn. The second part is the Habits of Health system. And there are several components to this. We've got Dr. Anderson's, the books. We have the Life book and the Habits of Health book. We have an awesome app. And we actually have the Habits of Health website as well. And there's so many resources there. And the Habits of Health system is really the resource to help you create that lifelong transformation and give you the knowledge and the understanding to see what that looks like for you personally, not only with your physical health, but also how to respond to stress well, how to sleep better, and really respond to everything in your life in an effective way to organize your life around what matters most to you. Third part is the community. Y'all, you are the community. And this is exactly what it's like. We have a robust Facebook group. We have online, support calls and webinars like this. We have a weekly Habits of Health webinar, and it's really a wonderful time to come together as a community and support one another. We need that most right now in times like this, to come together and support and encourage everyone. And we find that that is an incredible opportunity for people to continue to learn and grow from one another, because we don't exist in a vacuum. We need other people. We really need that, especially when we're going to make effective changes in our life as well. And I often say to my clients too, like, once you start getting results, people are going to start asking you, what are you doing? You look fantastic. And so you can always opt to refer these folks to me as your coach, or you can begin to pay it forward and become a coach yourself. And either way, your friends are transforming their health too, and you're building a strong community of support around yourself. It's a really effective way to do that. And then finally, we have our fuelings. Most people don't have the time or know-how to eat healthy meals, and especially in a stressful and busy season of life. I get really excited when I'm talking to folks who have so much going on, because I know how simple our program is going to make their life, because it takes a lot of the guesswork out of their eating plan. The goal is that you're eating 6 small meals a day every 2 to 3 hours. We have fuelings that are balanced nutrition. They have vitamins and minerals to support digestive health. There's and probiotics as well. Everything that's just part of a normal, healthy diet and everything. So it really takes a lot of the guesswork out, so that you can focus on the habits of health and creating that lifelong transformation. And we have nutrition plans for anyone, whether you're looking to lose weight, clearly we can do that. But we have support for that as well, long-term transition and optimization as well, so that you really have support long-term. Okay, the goal with the coach, I always tell people, it's like, once you get to your goal, I'm not just saying, bye. I'm here in the long haul, because you'll have gotten really good at creating or losing weight, but then you're learning the new skill of living a healthy lifestyle long term. And the following years after that is really important to have the support as well. So we have some more stories. The next story is Colleen Franciscus. Please forgive me if I'm butchering your name. But Colleen, I'm really excited to hear your story. So you can come off mute and share with us.
Hello, everybody. You didn't butcher my name. You said it perfectly correctly. I just want to share a little bit about my story and how I came to Optavia. Growing up, I was the thinnest of my siblings, and I remember hearing from my family all the time about one day I would wake up and I would be heavy just like them. And they always reminded me of that. And so when it came time, when it ultimately happened, I didn't even bat an eye. I always tried to love the skin I was in. And as much as I portrayed that on the outside, I knew that inside I was incredibly unhappy. But I was resigned to believe these things I heard all my life, that I didn't have the ability to change. And then I witnessed a friend's transformation through Optavia. And I knew her very well. And when she couldn't get her body in shape with dieting and exercise, I thought, well, if she can't, I never will. And as much as I was inspired by her journey, I knew at the time, I kept thinking to myself, this isn't for me. I could never make a lifetime commitment to change my eating habits. I had terrible stomach issues my whole life, and I knew the cause of those issues were all the junk I was putting in my body, but I liked it too much to care, to be honest. And so fast forward to last summer, this friend specifically reached out to me about Optavia. And of course, I was on the fence. We chatted back and forth for several months. I didn't know if I could make a commitment, a long-term commitment to changing my eating habits. And I was scared of failing. And I was scared of making this monetary commitment. But eventually I decided, with nothing to lose and a nudge from my husband, to go for it. And so right before Christmas last year, I started, and I realized very quickly that I can do it. I started December 13th, and I lost 11 pounds in the first week. And now in week 13, I'm down 46 pounds and 2 pant sizes. And I feel great. Every aspect of my life feels amazing. And, I went into this with a commitment to lose weight, and in my brain to get back to eating the way I always ate. And so shifting into this optimal health mindset has been a bit of a challenge for me. I'm trying not to make it all about losing weight, but it's a process, and I'm slowly getting there. And, I've come to realize that my why, the reason why I'm here, the reason why I made this commitment, is so that I can model healthy behaviors for my family. It's never too late to make changes, and I used to think that it was. I didn't have healthy habits modeled for me growing up, and we were not modeling them for our children. But I'm on a new path now, and I'm making changes that will give us as a family freedom long into the future. I'm encouraged when I see my children making healthy choices on their own. And within the next month or so, my husband will join me on this journey. And I can't wait to see how things change when we're doing this together.
Colleen, that's fantastic. I'm so excited for you because I've seen it happen time and time again. When mama gets healthy, the family gets healthy. And you're a wonderful example of that. I'm really excited to see what continues to happen in your family. Good for you. All right, our next storyteller is Abby Dupler. She is so much fun and a wonderful person, and it's been really exciting getting to know her some more over the last few months. So, Abby, take it away.
Hello, good morning, afternoon, whatever time it is. I'm so happy to be here to share my story. So before I started Optavia, I had become a victim of my own circumstances. I had a very strong series of stumbling blocks and setbacks, and I allowed it to take control of my emotions and my life, and I gave up. I gave up on my dreams, I gave up on myself, and I gave up on my health. And before I knew it, I was 243 pounds and just feeling like hot garbage, just feeling terrible. And, you know, physical activity became a challenge. Walking, I was out of breath. I started to get really scared, and I didn't like where I was. So I noticed on Facebook, through the power and beauty of social media, a very dear friend of mine, Sarah Cope, started changing her lifestyle, and she started becoming really healthy, and she really had it going on. She really did. So that struck me, and I reached out to her. I asked her what she was doing. She shared the information. I sat on that information for about 6 months. And then I woke up one day and I was like, oh no, no more of this. I'm tired of it. And I reached out to her and said, I'm ready. And I signed up, and the week before Christmas, I got started, and I gave myself the best Christmas gift ever. And now here I am today. I'm down 46 pounds in less than 3 months. And holy moly. And I have found my voice again. I've started auditioning for shows. I'm a performer. I went to school for musical theater, and I just got cast as a lead role in a musical with a local professional theater. So, and I've started incorporating physical activity into my life, and it's just helped me tremendously. I'm so excited about what is to come, and I'm not a coach yet, but it is something I'm exploring, and I hope that I can share this gift with everybody, because that's what Optavia really is, a gift to yourself and to everyone around you. So I'm just really excited, and thank you for letting me share.
Absolutely. Thank you for sharing. You're right. It's a total gift. I remember you starting right on Christmas time. You're like, who starts a healthier lifestyle in the middle of the holidays? You know, weird, awesome people who want to transform their health and really make a lasting change, because it's not about one time. It's about the rest of your life and the freedom that it gives you. So thank you so much for sharing, Abby. So excited for you. So, as you've heard, both in aspects of the program and also through just hearing people's stories, what you're doing is you're creating a microenvironment of health, and you have a lot of aspects around there supporting you, not just your coach, not just the community, but like you can see here, we've got the online support, you've got the different aspects of the Habits of Health system. And so you're never alone, and you're never expected to be perfect. You're never expected to have it all figured out, because clearly we don't. That's why, we found such power in this program. So you're really doing what you can to create that healthier lifestyle and surrounding yourself with support. So here's what we offer with Optavia. Coaching uses a combination of one-on-one, team, and community support for clients and patients, providing guidance and encouragement. And the coach focuses on the client's values, needs, vision, and goals in these three principal areas that you see here: a healthy body, healthy mind, and healthy finances. And we find that's really the trilogy of optimal health and well-being, because they are all connected and they all support one another. And our community of coaches are striving not only to improve areas of their lives, but also improve the lives of those that they connect with, because this really ripples out, not just in your family, but in the lives of others around you. So we're going to focus on these three powerful areas of your life because they're all truly important. And one person who I know has really started to be impacted in all three areas is my friend Sarah Mueller. So Sarah, take it away.
Hey guys, I am excited. About a year ago, February 2019, I've been feeling kind of stuck in my health for a while. I've been very active growing up in sports, and then when I stopped playing sports in college, my health declined. I wasn't active, I wasn't eating well, and I was super stressed. So throughout the years, I had tried some health, some like fitness challenges and workout programs, and they would work for like the 30 days, but without a plan afterwards, I just went back to my unhealthy habits. I wasn't really changing my habits. And so a little over a year ago, I saw this awesome coworker, and she was doing this program. I did not know what she was doing, but she was losing weight. She was looking great. I could tell her confidence and just her happiness had improved. And I was like, I want that. So I got in touch with her health coach, Heather, and Heather told me about this program. And I was like, I'll try it for 1 month and just see what happens. But pretty much within that month, I was hooked. I was feeling better. My energy increased. My mindset had improved, and I lost a little weight. So I was like, you know what? I'm just going to keep going. So I went and I went to my 20-pound mark, and then I was like, that's awesome, but I still have a lot of weight to lose. So let's just keep going. So I went into my healthy BMI, and I reached that, which I had never been at my adult life before, which is cool. Went a little bit more, and I ended up losing 52 pounds. But what's even cooler than that is I gained back my confidence. I gained this thriving, supportive, motivating community, which I love, and I got my energy back. Before Optavia, I was tired all of the time and just felt like in a fog. I didn't know how to get out of it. But now I have a lot of energy. I can play with my nieces and nephews, go on adventures with them, and I started running again and incorporating healthy motion back in. I'm happy to say I'm no longer stuck in my health and in my life. I'm an active participant. I'm a more confident leader. I'm better at motivating and encouraging others. I started dreaming bigger dreams for myself and for my future. And I respond a lot better to stress and just am more aware of my emotions and my surroundings. I'm super grateful to be part of Optavia and the gift that this is, as well as this amazing community who has my back. And I love sharing this gift with others now as a health coach. So my Sarah Nugget that I'm leaving you with today is stop sitting on the sidelines of your own life. Go out and live it. Life can be so beautiful. Stop just surviving and go start thriving. You got this, and we're all cheering you on.
Oh my gosh, I feel like I need a little amen corner over here. I'm just so excited. Sarah, thank you so much for sharing. That was fantastic. I love hearing how this has given you freedom to pursue bigger dreams that you may or may not have even had before, but because you see, oh, I can do this, it empowers you to do bigger things and to accomplish more in your life. Thank you so much for sharing. I love hearing that every time. So, benefits of being an Optavia coach, there are many, right? You've heard a few of those. First of all, it reinforces your decision to be healthy. It's really hard for me to go out and just be eating whatever when people know I'm a coach. It kind of helps me stay accountable to myself. I'm paying it forward to make a difference. My mom was able to support me with this. And if you're here, someone reached out to you. It's that ripple effect, and you have an ability to make a difference. It's really fun, and it's rewarding in multiple ways, right? Like, compensation is not just financial. Like, yes, there is that. There is the ability to fulfill those financial needs and goals, but there's also really strong currency of goodwill. Sarah, like she said, getting to support others and make that difference is incredible. And just hearing all these stories and knowing personally some of these lives is incredibly fulfilling to know, wow, I had a part in that. I had a part in someone being able to reach their dreams and make a difference in their life. And it really helps leave a legacy too, not just of health, but financially too. You could really make an incredible legacy there to support your family, and organize your life around what matters most to you. So with Optavia, we have a really progressive growth model. And it starts with just being an Optavia coach. We've got these several competencies, but it starts with just being a coach and supporting other clients, right? That's your first goal. Acquire and support other clients, help people individually, personally transform their own life and work one-on-one with them. That's our primary business model. But in addition to acquiring and supporting clients, you can become a business coach. And what that means is that you're working with other people who want to be coaches and who want to be supporting their own clients. And you're going to be teaching them how to be successful. So you're both supporting your own clients, but also becoming a coach for other coaches in that way. And then you also can move on to become more of a business leader where you're, coaching those people on coaching other coaches. So you're really learning those basic skill sets and then learning to pass them on to the next person, and then learning how to pass that on to the next person, and really creating that legacy of health, where you are transforming other people's lives that you may not have ever met, or people who you may not have even had the relationship to really be able to speak in their life and transform that. So it really allows you to create that ripple effect in an incredible way. And of course, the degree of compensation follows those skill sets and the level of activity. So how's it work for coaches? Like I said, it's really about the relationships, focused on the optimal well-being. You're self-employed and independent. I'm not working for anyone except for myself. And you can do as much with this as you want. Cliff and Shirley, they've been doing this full time. Like, this is their only job for quite a few years. And my wife is going to come on and share a bit about our journey, but it's been really wonderful to know, hey, we can do with this what we want. If you want to support a few friends and make a side income, that's fantastic. If you want to do this full time, you can. But either way, there's a very low startup and operating costs, no inventory, no quotas, and you get full training and support, both from Optavia and from your support team as well, from your business coach and your business leader. So you're never alone, whether it's in your own health or in your own business as well. So, like I said, I have someone very near and dear to my heart who is going to come share as well, and that is my wife, Krista Mast. Babe, take it away.
Hey everyone. So I am so excited to be here this morning. This has been so great so far. Just pumped me up for the morning and to hear so many amazing stories. And as I think back to my own journey, I had no idea what I was getting myself into. I started this and I came to our program for health, for physical health, and met my husband through this program, but was actually my coach. And with his support in our program, I went on to lose 50 pounds in the first, several months of my journey. So I had so much energy that I didn't know existed. It gave me so much, and something I was not expecting it to give me. This journey really gave me the potential to create the life that I wanted, instead of just reacting to circumstances in my life and living life based on what other people told me I should do and what I would be good at, and doing what everyone else was doing. This program gave me the opportunity to live life and to create life, and a life that I love and I love being in. So what I thought I was getting was physical health, but what I was really getting was far better. Through coaching and through this program, I have been given so much personal development, and we receive amazing training as coaches, but a lot of this has been just my own personal journey of learning and growing with leaders and people who invest into me, just like you guys have coaches that invest into you as well. This has given me meaning and purpose, this program, to be able to live a healthy life myself and to continually be growing, but also to help other people change their lives. I never expected to be a part of so many people's journeys. And I sit here and listen to people like Brittany's story, and I just am amazed that I get to be a part of that and to help people truly live their most purposeful and their most fulfilled lives is, like Cameron said, a compensation that is just a heart compensation, beyond getting paid really well to do this and to support others. And then I think the most amazing thing, I always wanted to be a stay-at-home mom. I love kids, and that's part of the reason why when I started this journey, I was really excited that I could do ministry and also coach, because I loved kids and I wanted to invest into them. But I love my own kids so much more. And so coaching has given me the ability to work from home, to have the flexibility to still have career goals of my own, and to still be able to achieve amazing things and to feel fulfilled in a career, but also to get to stay at home and to raise our daughter. And I get to be with her every day. It's amazing. And I always wanted to be a stay-at-home mom. So coaching has given me the opportunity to do that. And not only that, but Cameron and I go to the YMCA as a family. We love going. We take Cassie with us. We go, we work out because we have that time freedom. We get to go to coffee shops together throughout the week because we can, and we'd love to. And we love to spend time as a family because we both get to do this and to help others. And something that I could also never put a price tag on is the ability to be there for others. There's a lady in our church who I love so dearly. She's older and will be getting double knee replacement very soon. And when she gets that, I fully plan to move into her house and to be able to coach from her house, but be there to help her because I love her. And so coaching has given me the opportunity to work from anywhere and to be there for the people that I truly love. And all of this is because of this amazing gift that we've been given in Optavia. It's helped me truly be my best self, but also help others be their best selves. And I'm so grateful for it.
I love you. I could say lots of things, but I'm just going to pass it on over to Susan Hinkle because Susan Hinkle also has a wonderful story of transformation, not just for herself, but how it's impacted her family as well. So Susan, take it away.
Yeah. Am I here?
You are.
Am I good?
Hello.
Okay. So I lived my life as an athlete and a full-time coach. So when I had my last child, I thought, when I wanted to lose the weight, what am I going to do? I'm going to basically work out every day. And I did that for 2 years. And it was nearing the end of my half marathon training that a friend reached out to me about Optavia, and she thought I'd be a great coach. And I wasn't interested at all. I was very busy. I had a job that I really loved. At this point in time, I was a health and phys ed teacher, and I was a coach, a volleyball coach as well. Actually, no, I wasn't coaching then. I was interested in spending more time with my kids, my 2 little kids and my husband at home. And the last thing I wanted was to start something else that would take me from them. So I really wasn't interested. My good friend kept reaching out to me and staying in touch with me. And finally I said, you know what? Maybe we should be your clients because Chad, my husband, needs to lose weight. Me, I'm good. I've been working out. I got this. Like eventually I'll be down. Now, After 2 years, I was still 196 pounds. I'm 5'7", almost 8. Definitely not a healthy body. And I was utterly exhausted from working out and just not fueling my body properly. So we became clients, and really quickly people noticed our difference in our bodies. And a lot of people were asking me, what on earth are you doing? I need to know. So there was one particular friend who said to me, I am not doing this unless you are my coach. And, I didn't want to coach. However, I said, okay, fine, I'll do this. And so I started coaching, and how quick I fell in love with seeing the excitement on other people. Just listening to these stories today, I know how good that feels. I get to talk to people every week about the wins that they have in their lives, things that really matter, things that are changing their lives. And the only reason it's happening is because they made a decision to choose themselves over what they always do, their habit. And I really fell in love with coaching to the point that I wanted to quit my teaching job. So I worked hard at coaching, and I became more intentful and jumped on all of my trainings and made sure that I really plugged in to make this dream come true. And I started the program in 2017 in July. My husband and I I lost 56 pounds. He lost 80 pounds. And in June of 2019, I retired early from teaching, and I work from home. I get to wake up my family in the morning, get everybody ready, healthy breakfast, get my kids off to a good start. In the middle of the day, if my husband's traveling around, I can ride around with him and make my calls or do whatever I need to do on the road to be with him. Recently, my grandmother had a stroke, and I got to be there for her. I just stopped my world for a moment and really paid attention to the things that mattered the most and poured into her. And I slept in the hospital every night because I could. I didn't have to ask anybody. Those are things that you can't put a price tag on, like Krista said. I get to go on field trips. I get to volunteer at my kids' school. And the really awesome thing that I love the most out of my days is that I get to throw a football with my son and now the neighbor kids that come into our yard and before school, and put them off onto the school bus, just knowing that instead of spending all this really awesome time with other people's kids, which really fulfilled me and tired me out, my heart and my passion is going into those kids that matter the most to me and living out my dream of being an active, fun mom. So I'm ever grateful for open minds. I keep saying that, way to be open. Just be open to something that you may not think that you want, because it just may free you to get you exactly what you do want. So thank you.
Yeah. As you've heard, this is not all about having everything in the world and having a perfect life and having it all together. This is about organizing your life around what matters most to you, whether that's your physical, mental, or financial health, or all three. This gift can really help you do that. And that's the goal here. So as an Optavia coach, we have different levels we have lots of support for you, really. We've got lots of training. You're going to learn as you go. Okay, we're going to give you just-in-time training, just in case you don't get overloaded. You have a lot of support, both with your business coach, your mentorship team. That way you're never alone. You're going to be apprenticing, also working at your pace. Okay, well, like when I talk to coaches that I work with, I say, hey, what do you want to do? I want to run as fast as you're going to go. If you want to run fast, we can do that. But also, this is about your goals and what you want to do as a coach and how much work you want to put in. And of course, we've got lots of different events. We were looking forward to having this be in person, but I'm so thankful we can have this virtually as well. We have national events, of course, as well. So you might decide that you want to get started on your own health journey today, or maybe you want to go ahead and begin to pay it forward as a coach as soon as possible. But for the next steps, do get in touch with your health coach or whoever invited you to this webinar today so that you can get started today if you'd like to do that. And if you're ready to start, we are so ready to help you. Our world has a really big need, and that starts with one person. That can start with you or the people who matter most to you. So thank you all so much for being here. Hang around. I'm going to pass it back to Shirley. I don't know about y'all, but I have been drinking a lot of water, so we're going to take a quick break. But you do not want to miss Dr. Wayne Scott Anderson. I always love hearing him talk. every single time. That man is full of so much knowledge and wisdom, and I'm really excited to hear him today.
Well, thank you so much, Cameron, and all of our presenters. There were 2 stories on there that I hadn't heard before, and even the ones that I have heard, you guys inspire me every single time. And actually, I'd love to hear, we are going to take just kind of a little bit of a break in here. So if right now you need to go like run to the bathroom, refill your water, get a little more coffee, grab a notepad, definitely grab a notepad before Dr. A comes on, and something to take notes with, because if you will certainly have something you want to take notes with. But we've got a little bit of time here in between. One thing I do want to encourage you to do is, after this webinar is done, okay, like after this one's finished and the one with Dr. A is finished, do reconnect with whoever it was that invited you onto this webinar. It might be another client of our program. It might be somebody who's a coach of our program. Share with them something that you learned. Let them know what your next steps are going to be. Now, some of you are still, Cliff, are we still recording on a Facebook Live yet? Somebody come off mute. I can't see you.
Sorry, I stopped live recording, but I do have the other recording going yet.
Okay, you stopped the Facebook Live. Okay, well then this will not be helpful. I was going to give some guidance to the people who are watching on the Facebook Live, but we'll just catch them later. But I would like, actually do this, just put into the chat box one thing that was helpful for you today. Something that, like, you know, like a one little takeaway thing. We talk about doing this a lot, frankly, with Optavia. We talk a lot about like sharing with people what you've learned, because the process of sharing what you've learned tends to solidify your learning. So it's one thing for you to say, oh yeah, I was really inspired when Susan said, boy, this really made an impact on her family, and it just was because she was willing to take the steps and move forward. Well, it's one thing for you to think it, it's another thing for you to write it down, it's another thing for you to share it with somebody else if you want the learning to stick. So I'd love to see that in the chat box. For those of you that know the presenters personally, please I'd encourage you to give them a shout out later with gratitude for what you've learned. I was trying to think about, let me think, is there anything else? Oh, this could be really fun to do, because we often do this at our in-person events, and we've got just a couple minutes here. Dr. A, Cliff, you're going to keep an eye out for Dr. A, because I can't see the whole room. So let me know when he actually hops on, so that we can go ahead and introduce him and move forward. But do this. Now, our program, as you've kind of figured out, is about a whole lot more than just weight loss. But we do know a thing or two about helping people get to a healthy weight. If you've lost weight on our program, put into the chat box how many pounds you've released, okay? How many don't have to be part of your life anymore, if you're comfortable sharing that, because that'll just be really fun to see. And actually, in the amount of time that we have left, I'd love to have somebody who hasn't shared their story come off mute and just share, like, just 1 minute. I'm not looking for a 45-minute conversation, but share one thing that you have gained in this journey. So I'll give you an idea to get you started. Yes, I lost 215 pounds on this program, and that was, well, this month it's 8 years ago. One of the things that I have gained is freedom from the fear that it's ever going to come back, because I have the tools and support. Gaining that kind of freedom is kind of amazing stuff. It's amazing stuff. Somebody want to come off mute, share one thing that you've gained in this journey? Not all at the same time.
Sure, I will, because I'm known for being quiet.
There you go. That's it. Let's have our shyest person share.
So I think the thing I gained the most that shocked me was a knowledge, like a greater knowledge of how every aspect of health plays into weight. So I came to the program looking to change my weight status and had no idea the effect of sleep, hydration. Of course, food is what I always thought of when I thought about weight, and energy too. I thought about sleep, but not food. So all of these things correlate and intertwine to make this holistic health. And I was shocked at the impact of sleep on my health and stress management on my weight. And yeah, all those work together in these macro habits, and the app has been phenomenal for me to help process and install habits. That was my biggest takeaway, is like, it's not just about the food that I'm eating. It's so much more than that. And that's why it's so sustainable for me.
Exactly. That's great, Nathan. Somebody else.
I can
What's
say
something
something.
you've gained? Hey, go ahead, Sarah.
Well, I lost 65 pounds and I thought like, oh boy, great. That's the end. I did so great. I lost this weight. But I will say in January, not that I wasn't in my life book, but I dived into the transformational system. And I think something that I've gained this year is really being able to deal with stress and not let my emotions take over, especially in my closest relationships. And I never ever thought when I started this journey that was something I was going to gain from this. And that has just been priceless to me. So I'm going to go because I'm going to cry again. So, okay. I cry a lot. Okay, bye.
Well, there were a couple moments today where it's like, yep, I think tissues for everybody. Well,